This is the process shot. I'm Michael, I'm above sea level, and I've seen Calling from the Coral, a new short documentary by Janssen Powers. It's primarily an educational piece that follows a small team of marine biologists, I think, out on the ocean and exploring the dying coral reefs in an effort to learn why they are dying out. While out here, one of the biologists speaks with his daughter over phone, answering her various questions about what they're doing. He further speaks in voiceovers to relay his fears and hopes about what he's found or might find, and what it could mean for his daughter and her own future. Structurally speaking, the movie doesn't have much to it. It goes back and forth between these two kinds of scenes without any other stronger narrative through line. I'm not saying it needs a whole lot of story going on, but it would have been nice if there were something perhaps set up at the top of the short that paid off at the end, such as the discovery of a living coral reef or something. In any case, what we do get is a little bit flat and redundant, with the questions and answers being reflected in the monologue, but not quite being built upon or developed, and ultimately feeling like the thoughts are being repeated over and over. It also doesn't really help how the question and answer segments feel a bit scripted, perhaps not in the answers, but the girl asking questions seems as if she's reading from a script. It doesn't make the answers less legitimate, but it does feel somewhat dishonest or, at the very least, unrealistic. It would seem that while Calling from the Coral falters a bit in its structure, it chooses to focus and excel in its cinematography. It's clear that the film has a stylistic drive, and it makes this apparent in just about every frame of the film, especially as the biologists move underwater and we get to see these natural environments in a decidedly unnatural light. The film's color palette takes on a very stark contrast between light and dark spots, generally limiting itself to 2 or 3 pastel shades to emphasize certain details, most significantly the dead or dying coral reefs. It's an approach that works to make the film visually striking, and it certainly gives it a sort of visual identity. However, it really only feels a bit skin deep, looking pretty but not necessarily meaning anything on a symbolic level. Maybe if there were some more color choices rather than the pastels that we do get, then some sort of symbolism may have come through more clearly. Overall, I think that while this short does a good job at sharing its message and being visually appealing, that skin deep feeling does seem to permeate most of the film and ends up diluting the message. Calling from the Coral. Janssen Powers, 2021. 2 stars. I'd still say it's not a bad watch, but it doesn't have a lot beyond saying things and looking neat. Anyways, I'm done here. If you like this review, then hit the like button. If you want to say something, hit the comment button. If you want to see more reviews, hit the subscribe button. I've got nothing else to add. I do feel bad about coral reefs, though.